You made it. You could have been anywhere else, and I appreciate you coming. And welcome to the Prime Analyzer channel. All right, everybody calm down. Calm down now. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
Well, Fox Carolina investigates 3 years after a woman was robbed in Atlanta, and she claims the money that was stolen from her has been held by Greenville police. Well, she's been fighting for years to get that money back, and Scotty Hunter is following the money as her fight continues.
Tamia Irby says she's locked in a legal fight she never thought she'd face.
I'm losing in the end because it's like I'm doing all of this, I'm going through all of this for no reason.
She filed a lawsuit back in April, 3 years after she claimed she was beaten and robbed in Atlanta. The men were arrested here in Greenville, and thousands of dollars of her money was then put into lockup at the Greenville Police Department.
Do you feel like you're being victimized again by the police department?
Yes, because it's like, what is y'all issue? Because why won't y'all just give the money back to me?
Fox Carolina legal analyst Grant Varner says if you're watching this, the same thing can happen to you.
Oh, it absolutely could. And it's not just with cash, it's with anything you own. Any kind of high value item. You could find yourself having to spend money to recover your own property, and that is almost always the case. Now, if it was a vehicle, your insurance may help cover or offset some of the costs, but with smaller personal items or cash, there's no insurance coverage available typically to assist in that process, and it falls on you, the property owner, to bear the expense to recover your property very often.
In fact, it happens so often, Varner says county law enforcement agencies will often host auctions filled with items people either don't want to or can't afford to recover.
I've been in their shoes, and it was maddening to me, but it's unfortunately it is what it is.
In this case, Irby says she's tried over and over again to get the money back from the Greenville Police Department with no luck. After several calls and even stopping by the department, she says she was finally told her only option would be to go before a judge and get a court order.
All they're doing is sending me out with a little card, phone numbers on the back. I'm calling. It's hard to reach out. I have to wait days later to get a phone call. Their final solution was file a civil suit. And then when I filed a civil suit, then what?
She filed this lawsuit, and the Greenville Police Department had 30 days to file a response in court. So far, the agency has not responded. When Fox Carolina first started asking questions about the money more than a month ago, a spokesperson with the Greenville Police Department said they would not comment on the case because of the active lawsuit.
The city of Greenville is trying to cover their rear end, protect the taxpayers, and unfortunately for Ms. Irby, she's going to have to take action to recover those funds.
Varner calls the case complex. He says the big problem Irby might face is to prove the money actually belongs to her.
Cash does have a serial number. Every dollar, every 5, 10, 20, 100 has a serial number, okay? But how many people do you know that write down the serial numbers of something they use daily? No one's tracking those serial numbers, right? And even if you did, there's no real, let's call it a chain of custody to show from the bank to your hand how this money got to you.
Irby tells me the men pleaded guilty in the case back in 2023, and she thought she would get her money back then, but she's still waiting. And on top of that, the longer she fights this in court, the less money she'll actually get back.
With legal fees and trying to get the court involved, now she's going to be losing out on some of the money that originally she says was stolen from her.
I sympathize with her in that aspect. I do not think it's fair that she is going to be penalized trying to recover her funds, right? And it opens a lot of other, the door to a lot of other questions.
We'll, of course, continue to follow this one and let you know what the judge decides.
This is Tamia Irby. Tamia Irby is 21 years of age now. However, when this situation occurred, she was 18 years of age. And this is how the story unfolds. 3 years ago, Fulton County court records state that Tamia and a female friend drove down from Greenville to Atlanta to work at a strip club when she was 18 years of age. After driving down to Greenville from Atlanta, Tamia and her female friend then met up with 4 more male acquaintances who had also driven from Greenville to Atlanta, a drive of about 2 hours and 45 minutes. However, a turn of events occurred. When all of the individuals met at a hotel parking lot, the males decided to rob the females in the hotel parking lot. 3 of the males remained in the vehicle as one of the males exited the vehicle with the mask on and committed the robbery. Tamia Sims Irby was pistol whipped, stabbed, and robbed for a significant amount of money, which now is claimed to be $20,000. The male that exited the vehicle and committed the robbery was never identified or apprehended. However, the other 3 males who remained in the car were Smith, Joshua Knuckles, and Jalen Taylor. They were all indicted on August 4th, 2022. One of the males that remained in the vehicle, named Smith, lived in Greenville and was in possession of the money when arrested by Greenville police on May 27, 2022. Smith was quickly extradited to Georgia because he made his first appearance in a Fulton County courtroom the following day. He accepted a plea deal for the first-time offenders on March 23, 2023, pleading guilty to theft by taking and sentenced to 5 years probation. All 3 of the males who were involved in this robbery who stayed in the vehicle pled guilty to theft by taking and admitted in court that they took $20,000 from Tamia. Aside from arresting Smith on a warrant out of Georgia, the Greenville police played no role in investigating the armed robbery that took place on April 30th, 2022. So it's not clear why the Greenville police believes that it is necessary to keep the money that belongs to Tamia. As of now, a lawsuit has been filed by Tamia towards the Greenville Police Department. The fact that Greenville police even maintain possession of the money is questionable, considering the crime took place in Atlanta, was investigated by Atlanta police, and was prosecuted by the Fulton County District's Attorney's Office. I believe that the Greenville Police Department is wrongfully holding Tamia's money. If and when Tamia obtains her money back, I believe that the Greenville Police Department should pay Tamia interest on the 3 years that it took for them to return the money.
If you haven't subscribed to the Prime Analyzer channel, you are missing out on great content. Subscribe now so that you will have the advantage of receiving notifications for the upcoming content that is soon to come. The upcoming content contains information that has been thoroughly researched, documents, and police records that are not always released to the public. So do yourself a favor and give a comment below on your thoughts about this, and also click like and subscribe with notifications on for future related videos.